It keeps bugging out. I gotta change that. Hello everyone, we got some big names in the chat, and you know why? It's probably because this stream got delayed a whole freaking day, so you've had a lot of time to be in the waiting room. But hey everybody, Defunks, Nick, Jesse, Erica! Is this Erica who's about to cast Calling Antwerp? If so, how freaking cool is that? Fabric, you guys are always lingering, so good to have you. And Nervash, PH Chung, the legend. Actually, it's awesome that you're here. Wait, the mic is good, right? I forgot to check that. The mic is good. Yeah, I think the mic's good. Yo, actually, so cool that you're here, because I think real credit is due. Real credit is due to calling out the fact that Nervash played a version of the list that we're about to play today. Like, was it actually years ago? Or like year and a half ago, year, whatever. Nervash, and he's got a deck tech on it. Let's find it on YouTube real quick. New UIX Nervash. Yeah. One second. It's not this video. But this is a fun video. Throwback to the good old days. Who was that young buck? Look at that. Wow, I had like thicker eyebrows. What happened? Some alopecia or something. We got Nervash Zordon in the video here with us. We are recapping Levia decks that were doing well about a year ago. That's what it says, a year ago. But you have another video, PH Chung Levia. Where does it come up? Oh, here it is. Nervash has a video about his aggressive yet like blood debt light, basically blood debt free Levia list that he got. What did you get? Like 2 second places with at RTNs or something. Not quite the win, but like very consistent results with this list, right? And it had its day. It definitely did, like back a year and a half ago. But I don't think it really broke beyond the Levia community. The Levia community loved this deck. It was very different because at that time there were a lot of different playstyles of Levia going on, like the Pummel build, this build, like the pure aggro build. And now Alan brought this kind of build back. 1 second place, 3 top 8s. Okay, there you go. But then Alan brought this kind of build back. But what you can see from even on screen here, like this was Tunic. Where'd the Tunic go? This was like a Tunic list that was still full aggro with claws and pummels. Now it was a very different meta. So a lot has changed in kind of building that core of a list to like what Alan did today. But I just got to say, credit where credit is due. I think a lot of people just don't follow the trends in Levia. Like literally no one follows the trends in Levia. So when everyone went nuts for, Alan's recent success with Levia, I didn't see anyone shouting out the fact that PH Chung was really the pioneer of this style of lists. So credit where credit's due, my friend. I just got to say that. But hey, we all took a break from her. We walked away, and yet Alan persevered and actually switched towards Levia. So the guy is absolute legend, and he's going to join us for a second here. I think, what do we have? We're going to get him on board in about 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to catch up with everyone, but as you can tell, I'm a little flustered, not going to lie. I've had a really long work day, and I just wanted to take a break and get back to streaming Flesh and Blood because I missed doing it yesterday, and I really thought maybe I'll just go live anyway, even though Alan couldn't make it, and just put out some content. But I went ahead and tried to get ahead on work so that today would be more freed up. But things just piled on, and meetings were added, and things went late. And so that's why today is even more shaken up than usual. We're starting about 2 hours late, and that's my fault this time. So apologies there, but work is work, and work pays the bills. So we got to do it. We've got Elle in the chat saying a lot of people also had similar lists in Reinar as well. Yeah, and actually that's something that I definitely want to pick Alan's brain on today when he joins and we talk over this playstyle, because Alan's like journey to Levia, as you've probably heard in a couple other deck techs and podcasts and stuff, is that he was playing Reinar and just wanted to add, first of all, more blue 6s, which every brute does. So Levia does have an upside there. There's 4 more blue 6s you can run. And he also wanted to run more swing bigs. And so you can run Endless Maw as a better swing big. You just then have to juggle the fact that it has Blood Debt. So those are like the 2 tipping points into wanting to play Levia in like an aggro value trade brute shell over Reinar. And I don't quite know if that's like enough to really push me to want to play Levia. For me, my excuse for playing that way was always there was the surprise factor in no one thinks Levia would play that way. So you can kind of get an edge in all of a sudden like you are a weird playstyle that no one's aware of. But now people do seem to be a bit aware of it. So I wonder what Alan will want to do. Will he want to stick with Levia even though it's a known quantity the way that he'll be playing her, or what? So exciting. We have a lot of questions to ask Alan. A lot. We've got Josh. What's up, man? Good to see you again. Now, I will warn you, Josh. We're probably not going to be dying to Blood Debt a lot on this stream because this list is very, very light Blood Debt. But if it happens, it's a good thing that you're here for it, right? The timing list, says RK9. I try out each hero as I collect sets. Currently playing through Monarch, and Levia was the last of the 4 and was up next. Last and very much least, though. It's good that you waited, because if you started with Levia, you might have been a little put off at the Monarch set as a whole. Like, what's up with that power level? But no, now that you've tried Chain, you've tried Prism, and even like some of the crazy stuff Bolton can probably do, right? You've seen the highs that were Monarch, and now you're going to experience the lows that were Levia. But maybe that changes in Dusk Till Dawn. No new spoilers have come out since last we talked about this, so we still don't know anything. We still don't know anything about the support that Levia is going to get. So that's something I'm looking forward to, because I really want to know more as well as to what is the fate of our Purple Queen. Game seems so much easier without Blood Debt now. Oh, it's true. You remove that handicap, and all of a sudden, the game really opens up. You know that you can block 12 in like pretty much any deck. Did you know that you can block 12? It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling when you can look at a hand and realize, I just kind of drew a bad sequence, so I'll just block with this hand, because playing it for value is just not good enough, so at least we'll milk 12 out of it. And you don't get those options with Levia, do you? You just don't. You're making me jobless again. Shame on you, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll still be piloting the Levia here, so if anyone's able to lose to Blood Debt, it is me. It's my curse. I do it on stream all the time, apparently. But let me see if I can call Alan in. I said I'd give him a second so I could warm up on stream, but man, I'm really not feeling it. Something's off with me today. Something's off. I'm like so flustered over work. I hope that doesn't like actually affect the stream too much. Okay, let me call Alan. 1 second. Start video call. Okay. I only mildly tested this yesterday. I hope it works. Yo.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, Alan? All right.
What's up? Just watching a stream right now.
Yeah?
I can set up my webcam in a bit.
Okay, cool. Chat, let me know how Alan sounds, because you can notice there's no background music today. That's because I don't want to deal with balancing 2 audio sources. All right, we'll just have Alan make sure he sounds good, because someone requested your sultry tones, your nice deep dulcet tones on stream.
Yeah,
so we're gonna make sure that sounds good. All right.
My camera.
He sounds
Well,
okay.
sure
That's not good enough, Josh. Okay is not good enough. I need more. Rate it out of 10. Oh,
hello, testing. Can you hear me well? Can everybody
There
hear me
we go.
well?
I hear you good. I'm happy with it. Now, I was just mentioning when Al and I were doing some of this yesterday chat, I said if there's one person who could challenge me on like the hair game in this game, it was probably Alan. Probably Alan, and he does not disappoint. Those are some long curly locks, my friend.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't just like hang down. If I grow it out, it just goes this way. Can't quite handle it. But cool.
I'll probably need a haircut though. It's a little too long.
No way, dude. Like you're a Levia player now. You gotta like actually commit to the full tentacles. Dreadlock it, man. Go crazy. But yeah, we've got Alan in the screen. I think everyone can see that. It's set up nice. 8.5, 7.5. That seems good enough. All right, let's move you then over to this screen. Oh, that killed your little pop-up. If I put you here. Oh,
I'm getting a little tripped up by the delay in stream.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't watch stream.
Yeah.
If
okay.
I've got you here. All right, let me. Holy moly! I should have tested this better. Okay, that does keep you there. I'll crop it a little bit more. You're off center. There we go. Okay, that's probably good enough for us to hang out and talk for a second. Although it's about to get screwed because I'm now going to screen share a couple things. There was one question I had on top of mind, actually, first and foremost, before we got into anything else. And it's a question that's going to surprise you. I actually don't quite know how to pronounce crayon. I was tripped up. I think my whole life I have said crayon, like one syllable.
Oh.
Crayon. You know, like C-K-R-A-Y-N.
No, you just pronounced it correctly.
Crayon.
Yeah, crayon.
But you say crayon, like two syllables.
Yeah, crayon.
Crayon.
Yeah.
I say crayon. I need a poll in
Maybe
the chat.
that's a difference in. I've never heard it being pronounced that way, or maybe I have and I just didn't notice if there was a difference.
Well, and I can't quite tell either because listen to this on stream real quick. I feel like the pronunciation is like a little ambiguous as well, but I want to put a poll in the chat real quick because I need.
Yeah,
to
I've always said it with two syllables.
How to pronounce crayon? Crayon, one syllable. And I'm a slow typer. This sucks. Or cray.
It seems to be a common question on Google as well.
Crayon. And I actually used to be a speech pathologist, so I should be better at writing this in like phonetics, but I'm totally not. Syllable. Two syllables. Okay, here. We're gonna ask the chat at least. Have that going. But yeah, look, if you play it, let's see if you can hear this. Oh no, not practice. It's this button.
Crayon.
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 Crayon. Like I feel like that's one syllable.
Are you
Crayon.
Crayon.
Do you want me to listen to the stream?
Oh, can you not hear it? Yeah. Listen to the stream real quick. I'm telling you, it's
Okay.
like purposefully ambiguous. I can't figure it out. But I'll default to you. I mean, because you are the expert on Levia and also Crayola. So
Well, I'm still getting troubled by the stream. I don't think I can listen to it without it, like completely
Crayon.
in my head. But you're just listening to it on Google, right?
yeah. So you could hear it the same way. Well, we'll let chat decide.
Crayon.
Then. We'll let chat decide. You don't have to trip up on the stream. But if you say crayon, then I'll say crayon for the stream. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a deal?
Seems to be crayon. The dictionary says that's the proper way to pronounce it.
Okay. Well, because we
Two
have something
syllables.
else that I wanted to run through with before we get to some games. What crayon color are you? Okay. I think for this, maybe I can screen share in Discord, and this might help. Screens.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this yesterday.
Yeah. We got to figure it out, dude. I haven't thought about crayons in a long time. All right, let's get this going again. Okay. So what crayon color are you? I think this will help us get to know each other a little bit better so that when we play our games in a sec, we'll really be in tune, be able to win, all right? Can't lose on stream. I get made fun of enough for that. So let's do this together. What crayon color are you? Start.
So we're both taking the quiz.
No, I'm going to read you the questions, and
Okay,
we need to
cool,
figure this out about you, okay? What do your friends think of you as? The leader, the follower, or the comedian?
I'd say the comedian.
The comedian? I think that
I'm always
lands
trying to
pretty
be
well.
funny. Yeah.
Are you helpful to your community? Yes, kind of, or of course.
Kind of.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, you are a
Yeah.
comedian. I don't know why that's so funny. All right. At sleepovers, are you the one starting the pillow fights or starting the movie? Or both?
I've never been to a sleepover, but I'd be the one starting the movie, I think.
Yeah? Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
What superpower would you have? The ability to fly, 3 exclamation points, super strength, or invisibility?
The ability to fly, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. I always say that one. Yep. Okay, different font size. Interesting. Whoever made this. Your parents told you to clean your room when right after your friend calls asking you if you want to come over. What do you do? Shove the stuff under your bed and run to your friend's house. No apostrophe. It's just friend's house. Clean your room, then run to your friend's house. Stay at home and work hard on cleaning your room. You and your friend had a big fight the other day. Wow. Did you have a big fight? Man, that's asking tough questions here.
I need to reread that. Hold on.
I don't know who wrote this, man. This is awful.
I'm so confused. Okay. Right after your friend calls.
Okay. Your parents told you to clean your room, right? But your friend is like, no, don't do that. Come hit me up. So you shove the stuff under your bed and you just go hang out with your friend. Or you're responsible. You clean up your room, then you go to your friend's house. Or you say, screw your friend, and you please your parents, and you work hard, and you clean your room. And apparently it's because
I'm like
you and your friend...
reader. My brain sometimes works at like 10%.
It's okay. If I wrote this in Crayon, then I think you'd have an easier time of it, right?
I don't know what I would do. Nobody ever calls me to hang out.
All right, we got a stumper. You want me to pick for you?
What would I do? I think we'll just shove the stuff under my bed.
Shove the stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So shove the stuff under your bed.
Clean it later. Deal with it later.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. It doesn't say that you and your parents had a big fight. It doesn't set that up. So
that question was so confusing. I don't know why.
That was awful.
Are you in the front or in the back of the camera?
Photo op. Okay. Are you in the front or in back?
I'm in the
camera?
back. I like to be in the back. I like to hide under.
You will not be seen on camera? You sure? I mean, you're on camera right now.
I'm confused what this is asking.
So I think it's
like at the back of the camera or at the back of other people.
I think it's like, are you taking the picture or not? Like someone's like, yo, take a picture of us, and you're like,
oh yeah,
let me be in it.
To take the picture
or not.
I would prefer to take the picture.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Answer what you would most likely do on a rainy day. Would you read a book, play soccer outside,
stay inside,
or stay inside? There you go. It should say stay inside and play Talishar. Actually, should have edited this.
That's exactly what I would do. Yeah.
All right, let's see it. Drum roll.
All right.
Drum roll. You got purple.
Yo, that is perfect.
Perfect. How did we set this up? How do we set this up? Dude, it works out. Wait, actually. Wait, in celebration, let me see if this works. 1 second. I have a purple mood light behind me that I think I can turn on from my phone. 1 second.
That is like so perfect.
Okay, wait, you can't see it from this view. We gotta switch. This will be impressive. 1 second. All right, you see this right here? You see that Levia poster?
I can't view your stream right now.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not that impressive actually. It's too bright in here, but I can turn on a purple light.
I can view it for a second and then hope it doesn't trip me up.
But well done actually. I also pick purple as my color in like every board game. That's good. Simpatico. All right. Now, okay, actually it's so weird because I normally have background music. I'm like getting thrown off by my own voice. But okay, we'll continue with this because I had another question for you real quick. And I think this one's pretty interesting.
Okay.
On a lot of your social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go by, I need to take a deep breath here. JoeBidenWestKanyeFemboyBurger. Is that right?
That's right.
That's right. What's the story or the rationale or what is happening there?
Okay, so I created this username about 3 years ago when I was making my Discord account. and I really, really wanted like a banger Discord name, or like a banger online name.
Uh,
So at the time, I think the U.S. elections were going on, and like Joe Biden was like a big name in the news and everywhere. So I'm like, okay, I should put Joe Biden in my name, because if anybody ever hears that name, that's gonna like raise eyebrows, or it's gonna like activate your neurons, no matter like who you are, right? I'm like, okay, put Joe Biden in there. I think, yeah, Kanye West has always been like a controversial figure, so I just threw him in.
wait, what was the
And I
timing
switched
when you created this? You said
3 years ago, so
3
this
years
was
ago.
before
Damn,
the
dude, before he was yay. Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
Interesting timeline.
So I threw him in, and then I decided to be quirky, and I switched his name around. And I realized it flowed better right after the word Biden, West, Kanye. I don't know how to explain it, but
That
I
holds
just
up.
feel like
That
it
holds
flows
up.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then initially I didn't have Femboy in there, so I just put burger at the end. And at the time, I think the Fortnite burger meme was like a thing that was going around, so that's what kind of inspired it. And I don't know if this was also at the same time, but a lot of celebrities were getting their own meals at McDonald's. Like the Travis Scott burger was like a big meme too. So I think that
Dude.
kind of inspired me to just. I already have 2 names in my name, so I'll just put burger at the end, so it sounds like it's a burger.
Dude, you've encapsulated like the 2020 zeitgeist, like just all in one name. It's actually perfect. I thought it was just random shit. There's real layers of thought into this.
Yeah,
It makes me respect the hell out of you, man. Good job.
I appreciate it.
Oh man,
And
that's funny.
then it was only until afterwards I realized I still had space in my Discord name. I think the cap for Discord names is 32 characters. So I threw in Femboy in there because that was also a big meme, and it kind of flowed well with the name anyway. So that's where the name ended up at.
Nice. It's like literally how you deck build. You just like threw in a titanium bauble. Just got to get that extra little spice in there. Is this you in the profile pic or?
No. That's an artist I'm a fan of.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell, because like maybe.
No. That is
Figure
not
it
me.
is. No?
That is
Okay.
not me.
So it's very Levia-esque though. It's like your own version of Hexscore. I like it.
Yeah, I love the aesthetic.
Sweet. Okay, thank you. I think a lot of people were interested in that one. For me, that was like the number one I needed to know. Now, next up, I've got a bunch of tabs we're gonna go through. I apologize. Next up, I just wanted to hella plug real quick for anyone who doesn't know. I guess like your side project, or you said this was like a portfolio piece that you were working on.
Yeah.
I Have a Fidia is a website that JoeBidenWestKanyeFemboyBurger, aka Alan. What's your last name? Alan Chavarin?
Chavarin.
Chavarin.
Or Chavarin.
Chavarin. Made. And this thing is incredible. Actually, I forget how I came across it, but I've been using this for a long time. Like way back, I don't know, I want to say like maybe not like a full year ago, but definitely as I was trying to get into more of the coverage game, I was using this to kind of like get a broader scope of what coverage looked like in Flesh and Blood. But I don't know how I found it. Like, I don't think it was through Google. Someone might have linked it to me, but I had no idea it was yours. And so I tried to push it out on Twitter a little bit ago, and it seems like people loved it. Because this thing, like, truly watch this. You type in Levia. Now, it has a history going back all the way to this goddamn U.S. Nationals game that I played and died to blood debt on stream, to even just now when you played in the AGE Open against Tyler and rolled like 6 ones. Like, it's all here. Not to rub that in, dude, but I saw that. That was some shit. It's awesome. Like, it is kind of sad at the same time for Levia specifically how little she's been on coverage. Like, this one really hurts a bit. But hey, look at you doing your part. We got you at AGE Open, Pro Tour Baltimore, AGE Open again. Okay,
half of them are mine.
It is a bunch of AGE Open. You're missing like the Realm games, because I was on stream out on a Realm games tournament as well.
I'm probably missing it. I need to add it.
That's all right. That was
I don't have everything because I had to go and search for everything. So everything that's like older than 2022, I'm missing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because you can also hit a tab up here with events and go through. Yeah. So this is like the catalog of everything you have linked, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
this
and all
is
this
incredible.
stuff is like cataloged manually. So if anyone knows anything, if you know something that's missing, just like let me know and I can add it. Because I would like to have like everything on here.
Yeah, dude, this is unbelievably cool. And then are you also like manually typing in the timestamps, like when it's a longer stream?
Yeah. Luckily with like YouTube, you just go to the video timestamp, you right click, and then it gets you like the timestamp automatically. But yeah, I do have to enter it essentially manually.
Wow, that's sick. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you go back, like calling Richmond, for example, they're calling that. Oh wait, is that how you search for things? Calling. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, it's
that's
looking
battle
at
hardened.
the
Hold on, let
word
me just type
calling. Yeah.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, I'm the dumb one. It's Indianapolis. Indianapolis, which I spelled wrong. Indianapolis. Yeah, so like if you go back and clicked on this, I was super impressed because like you had everything in there, like to the timestamp to the T, even broken up day 2, even broken up like
Yeah.
top 8. So anyway, hats off to you. If anyone didn't know about
Thank
this
you.
website, it is created by Alan, and it is so sick. And I don't know if like traffic converts to anything for you, but definitely everyone should go check out and use this website. Because it's better than browsing Talishar. Like every once in a while, I'll spectate a Talishar game just because I'm like, oh, you know, what's Dromai versus Icelander look like? But turns out you could actually use Ivophidia and actually find, you know, some gameplay. And this one in particular, of course, I enjoy because this was my stream of calling Indianapolis. But okay. Cool. Anyway, just wanted to plug that. Seriously, so freaking
Yeah,
cool.
I really appreciate it.
The link is Eye of Ophidia. And man, if this like really takes off, if I were you, I'd kick off a Patreon or something, or some way to like help with at least the, you know, maintenance fees or something, because this tool just does not exist in Flesh and Blood. It's so sick.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, man.
But yeah, okay, cool. Now we can get to the real reason everyone's here, which is not for the bullshit about how to say crayon or what color crayon are you, but actually you're crayon Levia. And when I hit you up about doing the stream, you said you actually had some changes to talk about with the deck list, some things that you were testing. I don't know if you actually put this into effect for the most recent AGE or what, but this is your moment, man. Take control and give us the rundown of your list.
All right. So this is a blood debt list. As you can already tell, there's like next to no blood debt other than the 2 endless maws. Those are like the only 2 red blood debt cards. The other 3 are Deadwood Rumbler, but I'm never playing that card. It's almost never going in the graveyard. I'm trying to pitch it. If not, discarding it to Blood Rush Bellows because it's a 6 power. So yeah, there's next to no blood debt. This deck pretty much can only win if you get Blood Rush Bellows off, and has like a pummel game plan in between those Blood Rush Bellows. I'm trying to pummel Command and Conquer, pummel Endless Maw, and if not, just have good 2-card hands. Gabloon and Endless Maw is amazing.
Well, of
or
course.
just a swing big turn.
You know what's even better? Hold on. Wait, hold up. I gotta plug something real quick. I don't think you've ever really like played Blood Debt Levia.
No.
Let me tell you about a line, a 2-card line that's a little bit better than a blue and an Endless Maw. And that is a blue and a Dread Screamer and a Ghostly Visit in your Banished Zone. That is a 2-card 10. So careful, because you're on a steep path towards falling in love with Levia's numbers, but then you start having to play like the real Blood Debt list, and then you know punt a couple games to Blood Debt, which is, let me tell you, it is worse than rolling ones. And you know what rolling ones feels like, so I doubt you want to go down that far down the Levia path. But I listened to your video with Nathan from Savage Land News, and you mentioned like your kind of story on how you ended up on this deck. Yeah. And it sounds like pretty recent overall that you really landed on Levia, right? Because didn't you start on like a Rhinar, maybe similar to a Chandler Toe version?
It was kind of inspired by Chandler Toe, but I really wanted to run a ton of pummels. So I put a Rhinar list together with like no cards that have like random effects and just stood in a bunch of pummels. So that was what I played initially for ProQuest this year, ProQuest season this year. And I won 1 ProQuest with it.
So, on Rhinar, right?
Yeah, on the Rhinar version of this list.
Damn, dude, you got to make your contribution to Levia LL points, man. There's only like 3 of us. You got to become 1.
I'll try.
But yeah, this is so in action now. We've seen it a couple times. Obviously, you were on coverage at the Pro Tour, which I'll admit, when I tuned in and it said you were like, I think the coverage had it wrong. It said you were like 1-1
Yeah,
or something.
I had it wrong.
Someone like showed me that, and I'll admit, like, I wasn't super impressed at first. I was like, yeah, you know, like just a Levia, like kind of stuck in the dregs already. But then it turns out you ended up 4-0. That was a mistake on coverage. You ended up 4-0 in the CC portion of the Pro Tour. And I know you've covered like the kind of story of how that happened before. It was like a no-show round 1, and then Lexi, what was it?
Sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, so round 1, my opponent didn't show up, and that was like pretty common across the Pro Tour because you didn't have to show up to the reception on Thursday. So a lot of people who wanted to drop weren't dropped automatically, which was a mistake on.
No, honestly, that was huge.
Part.
They didn't do a players meeting either. It was just
yeah,
it was a weird one.
Yeah, so a lot of people actually got buys round 1, and I got one too, so I'll take it.
Sure.
Then round 2 was against the Bravo. That's a favorite matchup, so I got it. And then round 3 and 4 were Lexi's back to back, and I'm really shocked I won against both Lexi's because that's like a really bad matchup. They were both like fuseless Lexi's.
Wow.
But I got really lucky to be able to push enough damage. Or in the case of my 4th round, my opponent got a lot of awkward hands. He had to pop snaps turn 1. So the game just went my way.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up 4-0.
It's definitely got to be a combination of, I mean, you only have the good numbers behind Blood Rush, which, like you pointed out before, that card unlocks actual good rates out of Brute, combined with hopefully a Lexi deck just stumbling a little bit. And I do have this fear of Lexi's like just tuning their list even to be even more refined, more fine-tuned as the better performing Lexi lists come out. Because I think the Pro Tour, no one had like the data on what an event overrun by Lexis looked like to really start like whittling a perfect deck list, right? So a lot of people took Lexi, but no one was really on like the Lexi list. Everyone was still trying to figure out things. Now that we move away from the Pro Tour, you've played in more events than me. Have you found Lexis to just like have even tighter lists, to just stumble even less, or am I making that up?
Well, I think what happened at the Pro Tour is I feel the Lexi lists were pretty tight. It's just the players. It feels like a lot of the players picked up the deck like a week before, so they weren't too skilled at managing like their snaps, which I feel kind of happened. So maybe it was a skill level, but in general, like Lexi has been like a tough matchup for like the people who are still playing Lexi.
Yeah, I mean Lexi is legitimately what's keeping me off of wanting to play even like Blood Debt Levia. You know, you have good numbers with Blood Debt Levia, but you're way less consistent, and you have no on-hit effects still. Like that's what you're sacrificing by playing better numbers. You lose the disruption of sometimes even getting to run CNC. Like that card doesn't always make it in a Blood Debt list because if you're using your action point, like it needs to turn off Blood Debt, right? Yeah. So I can definitely see, you know, why this list can perform a bit better in a Lexi meta, but like you said, you obviously still don't want to see that matchup. But what would you say overall, you know, like what in the metagame, like right now, what's like your top 2 matchups and like your worst 2 matchups with this list?
I think the worst matchups for this list, actually, I think the worst one is Briar. Oh, basically any aggro deck. Yeah, Briar is horrible, especially if they make me go first. My win percentage is like so low. Lexi's pretty low. A lot of aggro decks are pretty low. I can kind of manage Katsu because he's not as fast and I can block. But even then, aggro's tough. I don't want to say aggro. But Lexi and Briar are like the 2 worst ones. The matchups I do want to see is anything that's like slower. Guardian, Oldhim, Bravo. Dromai is like really, really easy. I've yet to actually play against like a really skilled Dromai player because Dromai I think out of all the heroes in the game, maybe aside from Prism, Dromai has like the highest skill gap, just because of the whole permanence and board state management. So I feel like I've yet to actually test the deck against like a really, really skilled Dromai player. But But against like most Dromai players, like this is like it's like almost a free win with this deck.
That's really
So that's like the
interesting.
one matchup I really want to see. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting because a lot of Dromai players, and I'm gonna call out Mara Ferris, but she is incredible, so you can't rag on her too much. She's in the camp that Brute is pretty free for Dromai. And to be fair, like that's her more aggressive, like the Empress style, mostly red line, right?
No,
Where that in my head probably would feel like a worse of the two Dromai matchups, like Big Dragon
that is correct.
versus like the aggro, because the aggro list they can still dump a lot of 0-for-4s at you, and that stuff
Yeah.
is still tough to get through. But yeah, it's a matchup that I still feel is pretty winnable, more so with Rhinar because the Dromais are going to run
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of D-reacts into you, and when you can actually just like stack intims and just clump up
Oh,
their
yeah.
hands that they wanted to full keep, it feels so good. But you're missing the intimidate mechanic, right? So that's my next question overall. Do you think that you're really gaining enough on like the endless maws and the deadwoods to justify like losing intim? I mean, I guess obvious answer is yes, but now that you've played it enough, like how do you value that?
Well, like for this list, when I was like playing Reiner, the only time I get Reiner's Intimidate ability to trigger is only like on a Blood Rush spell turn, which I think is kind of huge because that's the turn you want to push damage against
Yeah,
your Guardian
right. It's like an extra 3
or a
damage,
Dromai.
right? Just by
But
playing it.
yeah, but even without the Intimidate, the card is still so strong. It still pushes enough damage. I can still close games. Like yeah, like when this list in Reiner, like I really wasn't intimidating that much, to be honest. I'd have to run like a completely different build without pummels, with like Wild Ride and Pulping to like consistently discard 6 attacks for me to like actually take advantage of Reiner's Intimidate ability. So I'd be running a completely different build, which I'm not interested in running. Like I want to play pummels and solid attacks.
Right. Yeah, that's super fair. I mean, you're using the pummel core more than like any kind of discard core, which I don't know if you. I think maybe like one time you actually did mention using like an older build of mine or something at some point. But are you aware of like some of the other Levia builds that have been tried and tested, or did you really just go in and build your own thing based off Rhinar?
Yeah, I just built it based off Reiner.
Okay.
Like I just realized Levia gave me a couple extra cards.
Okay.
So this was like this was literally a Reiner list, and I just tried out Levia. So
yeah,
I've never played like a Blood Debt version of Levia ever.
Yeah. Well, even beyond Blood Debt, like I want to show you a couple things here.
Okay. Yeah,
like
I'm not really aware of other Levia builds, to be honest.
With Levia, oh wait, this is not my tab. Oh, it is my tab. Jesus, I've got a lot of mess in here. There's been some builds. Oh my God, what are my names? I don't make anything clear, do I? Scabs Levia, that doesn't sound like that's it. Okay, maybe I can't pull it up, but there's definitely been some builds of Levia. Actually, you know where I know where it is? It's on fabtcg.com. Here we go. Events, deck lists, Ethan. I think. Levia. Gamer's Wharf. Oh, that was a skirmish. Huh. Okay. Honestly, I don't know where these lists are, but there are versions of Levia that have run like the heavy pummel package before. It's just when I was personally experimenting with that kind of list, I decided to move away from Blood Rush Bellows and fully commit on making the curve all about pummel, and then like using the barraging pitch stack as a final win con. And so the Blood Debt spice that I put in that list to supplement it a little bit better was Hungering Slaughter Beast instead of Endless Maw. But it was similar. I would run 2 red Hungering Slaughter Beast instead of 2 red Endless Maw. But the package changed because instead of Beast Within and Blood Rush Bellow, it was like the red and the yellow barraging beatdowns basically. And so the entire first cycle is very defensive. You're grinding with like Romping Club and then building into your Tunic turns to be able to CNC pummel, Hungering pummel, like Swing Big pummel, yada yada.
Yeah.
And then trying to close the game either with like Reckless Swing or the barraging pitch stacks. So I don't think it's at this point, like I think it's tried and tested by multiple players now. Like the pummel core is pretty good in Levia, but it doesn't work in like a Blood Debt Levia, which is pretty unfortunate. Blood Debt Levia remains just like a bit of a meme. But speaking of memes, You do have the one titanium bauble
Yeah.
in your list, and you've touched on it before a little bit on like why it actually makes sense. I mean, let's be clear. Like first and foremost, it is a meme, right? It is a meme.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's for
but
the memes.
it makes sense because you can block 3 against Uzuri every time. You've definitely mentioned that one. One that I can think of is against Frostlock. Hey, dude, that's pitchable. Frostlock says he can't pitch ones. There's no cost on titanium bauble.
Isn't it zeros?
Oh, zeros. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's all zeros.
But either way, you know, there's definitely cards that this could be otherwise. What would it take for you to take out titanium bauble, or is it just like too much of your identity now?
I could never take it out.
Never take it out? Well, there you go.
No, well, this is like Brute is like the only deck where I can sneak in titanium bauble and it doesn't hurt the deck that much.
That's fair. That's so sad.
Because,
But
like,
that's so true.
Yeah. Like for example, if you're playing like Briar, like you need your blues. Basically any deck that synergizes with its pitch zone, like Bravo, Briar, maybe like Katsu, like you can't really like put in mean blues as easily as you can with Brute. But because Brute doesn't care about his pitch zone specifically, you can kind of get away with like just throwing in this rounds on me in the main, titanium bauble in the main, stuff like that.
Oh, for sure. I've toyed around in a different aspect. Sometimes the sideboard slots are just so like, you know what? There's no perfect solution. We're just going to throw in random stuff. That there's been Levi lists that just have a rock in it. Just because, like, I want to have a Marvel rock in my list because it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But no, I always get weaned away from the complete meme decisions like that. So props to you because you actually freaking did it and have become legendary for it. So I think that touches everything. We covered the crayons. We covered the titanium bauble. Paper playmat. Come on, just a flex. So let's actually try this list. So I am screen sharing in Discord, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's jump into a game, and I'd love it if you can. I mean, we can just kind of like share rationale, honestly, because I've played similar-ish lists. So hopefully I don't pilot it like a complete buffoon, but that is possible. Let's jump into classic constructed.
This list should be easy to pilot. It's just big attacks.
I just no. Don't tell people that Brute's easy, all right? You got to maintain the fact that, you know, it's not just luck. It's not just scabs rolls. Competitive CC, public. Okay, looks good. Club Levi. Okay, I actually can't see the chat in full. Let me expand that. Sorry about that, everyone. Oh, I don't want to close the poll though, but it's making me close the poll. Okay, first choice we have here. Second. Yeah, second. That's right. That's right.
Second, yeah.
We're not a blood debt list. We don't have like cost on our attacks. Yo, good luck. All right, so let's take a look at the.
Oh, let's go to equipment first.
Oh, equipment first. Sure.
Yeah, it's an aggro matchup. You're gonna want cross trap for this list.
Interesting. Okay. Now, to me, seeing that, I forgot to ask you about that. That feels crazy to me though. If your cost curve is pummel based, then you're like losing the beauty of Tunic Pummel.
Yeah.
But you're saying cross trap outweighs that. Really? Okay.
Yes. Because I think in an aggro matchup, it's pretty common that you only get like one Tunic activation. And if you want to like Tunic Pummel, you can also do that with Cross Trap. But typically, you only like Pummel isn't enough to like win you a game against like a Katsu. Like you need good Blood Rush turns.
Okay.
And
actually, that's really important framing.
Yeah.
It won't win you the game, but what will win you the game is the Blood Rush, and like that alone actually drives the decision pretty strongly. I like that a lot.
So cross trap helps with Blood Rush turns immensely.
Yeah. Okay, so the way you've got it set up is a 58 core. Does that actually ever really change or no?
It stays the same most of the time. Unless my opponent makes me go first and I want to side in 3 Scarfers cards, I'll side out like 1 red pummel.
Oh, that's actually okay. I remember you were talking about this with Savage Land News, Nathan. That you'd seen that I was running Scarfers cards and we're going to experiment.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. It worked out. Yeah. I like it.
I think I might go down to 2 Scarfers cards. I don't know if I want to run 3 because I don't want to side out a red pummel, but I like the Scars though.
That makes a lot of sense. Going second, you actually have a separate sideboard choice. Okay, I would assume in a Katsu though, it sinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sinks.
Okay, cool. Let's lock it in. Lock it in. Sorry, let me manage chat 1 second. I've got to close the poll or it doesn't let me see what you're saying in this pop-up thing on OBS. So I hope everyone voted. Where can I move this? Shoot. Whatever, I'll do that later. Okay.
Right.
My thing against Katsu is I'll against the Kodachis, I always assume I'm gonna like end up leaking one. Do you have a preference on which one you block though, the first or second?
I think I blocked the second one.
Block the second one?
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
That one always gets me. I just make it up whether there's an actual reason to do it. But for most of the time I just end up blocking the
Well, if you block the
second
second one, they're less likely to hit a mass trigger.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, yeah. Okay. Oops, sorry, opponent. There you go. So that's the rationale I was missing, but there it makes a lot of sense.
So now we got to think about what card we want to keep. I would like to keep the Sink Below to maybe arsenal it, but this rounds on me is also really good against Katsu if we can play it like when it's our turn.
Right. So I would think the blue.
Yeah, I'm split between keeping. Yeah, we can block with pack.
Definitely the weakest card in that hand so far. Yeah. See, so going first, this round's would have gained a lot of value here, but you're never siding that out, right? Because it's a blue.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a blue. Yeah, we don't want to take damage for no reason. Pass go again.
We could either throw the 6 or throw the sink.
I think we throw the 6, and if they want to keep going, we just block the sink anyway.
Yep. I would agree. I don't want to waste the defense reaction on turn 0 here. A lot more important to have an arsenal. Because playing out this round, sure, it negates like what a Kodachi might do for us. But if our turn was just like play this rounds into, a pack hunt or whatever, that's just damage they take, and we gave them a free card. Yeah. So
just
cool.
I guess they're gonna arsenal. Right.
They passed, and they did the thing. They did the thing where they gave us 3 cards in graveyard.
Yeah, that's
one of them was a 6. This is beautiful. Yeah. So
fortunately, we can't exactly Endless Maw pummel.
No.
So I guess we just played Barraging, Endless Maw, Arsenal Sink Below.
Really? See, I don't even think I would play Barraging here. I think I'd actually want to roll Scabs instead, because if I Barraging, then I'm setting up the potential where I don't actually hit the +3 on Endless, right? Because there's 2 misses and a 6. So I think I'd go for Scabs, Endless, Claw.
And then you can just Claw, yeah?
Yeah, how's that sound?
I agree.
Good?
I agree.
Okay, let's do that. We didn't hit it. So now there really is the, do you want to risk, 2 damage, losing 3, but gain the intim, force a block a little? I'm a bit of a gambling man, so knowing the Scabs didn't pay off, I think I probably still do it, but we'll leave it up to you.
It's
a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah. Because you have 25% chance? If they block with 2 cards anyway. We could also keep the pummel for another turn, but it's a blue pummel.
It is a blue pummel.
Oh, so tough. I think we just play out the Endless Maw, but I don't know if you want to pitch pummel or barraging. Yeah.
All right, let's be safe. I think I want to keep the 3 block.
Though.
I'd keep the 3 block in hand. Yeah,
okay.
Let's do this. A part of me really wanted to play it though, because it's like you already kind of coined the matchup in your damage is how you win, not your disruption, right? So if Barraging actually had the opportunity to deal 2 damage, that was 2 free damage. We're never going to keep a card like this and look to play it later. So maybe just because that's our way to win, squeaking 2 damage is worth losing 1, right? Because it's a 1 damage difference in theory. Risking the 2, knowing that you might lose the 1. I don't know how you actually math that out, but we'll see. They gave us a bonds. Okay. Screw that card. And Arsenal Sink. Easy.
Nope.
Okay. Easy 2-card hand that we're fighting to keep.
You could actually, if you want to blow your cross trap up, you could also cross trap, smash instinct, and pummel. I don't think it's worth it. But
that's pretty hilarious, actually. Yeah, because you'd have 2 floating. Interesting.
So I think this is just a 2-card 7 damage hand.
Yeah, I would think what I'm likely trying to do here is block out with a smash, a sink, play out, smash with barraging, and arsenal pummel is kind of the immediate line I'm starting to look for.
You could also sink 1 smash instinct and hopefully get a blue, and then you can pummel.
That's true too. That is true too. Yeah. So in this situation, what have they told us? Obviously, it's probably something like a razor is what they're trying to push for here. So if we just cover the 3 and they actually try to razor, we could sink over it and just make their turn end, and they'll have wasted a resource basically.
Yeah, that seems like the
That's what it. That's what it pretty much looks like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I don't think there's a reason to sink the pummel, right? Like that's what we actively want.
No, you want to keep it in arsenal.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then we end their turn. They missed a damage on Kadachi, and we're 4 damage up on the life cycle, or on the turn cycle rather. Seems good. So funny enough, side story. In the Reiner list that I've been playing, kind of a more revised version of my Pro Tour list. Oh shoot, we didn't even talk through the hard and cross strap thing. I think it's fine. I think we'll just take the 7. I've actually added Barraging Braunhide into my Reiner list. And it is inspired by you, funny enough, because of your love of Endless Maw, right? A 2-card 9. So good that you're giving up Reiner as your hero. Barraging Braunhide is a 2-card 8. Or 7 if they give you 2 cards. But I think Reiner everyday loves if you give him 2 cards and that kind of thing. So I've been trying to tweak around with the Reiner list that really tries to love that card rather than just plays that card. So like a higher blue count, making sure that you don't have too many other non-6 or brute cards that are non-brute 6 attacks, whatever. Anyway, side story. Something I'll hit you up later to try. We've got Yellow Surging Strike coming at us here. We have...
Do you block the first surging? I actually don't know.
This is always tough. I always block the first surging. Or rather most of the time, like the first attack that a Katsu's going to throw, I always put him on just have it. I'll respect and cover it up pretty much every time. But
we have a pretty nasty hand here, like Endless Maw into Red Pummel.
Yeah, although the thing about that is though, right, is we're playing with Blooded at that point.
Right.
We already played the Endless Maw. So I don't think...
But what else could we do? You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to play Beast Within.
Sure, yeah.
It feels like we might not have a choice and we just have to risk it, which is really rough.
That's funny. Yeah, what else can we do? You're right. I mean, there's also a chance where we just don't hit it and then we look like gods. It's interesting though. So we can either block the Beast Within scabs here and try to respect, the ancestral, just as a potential 0 cost here. We can ignore it. We can block 5 and just give up the pummel play. We can block even with the pummel and scabs, but that's definitely the worst line. We'll leave it to you. Do you want to block 5 or
I feel like
nothing?
I would crown and scabs and just block an even 4. And if they have a reaction, they can just play it.
Oh, really? You want a crown right here? Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I always love the effect of crown to actually save a punted Levia hand, which I guess I don't know this deck well enough to really know if those come up. But for me, like, crown is more so than just a block value. It's to save a do-nothing hand, because those do happen in Levia specifically.
Yeah, half the time I don't even use the crown effect. Like, I'm just trying to block 4.
Oh man, for real?
To be honest.
Okay,
and I use it pretty early.
All right, let's play it. Let's play it like you say. Do you actually want to sync like the yellow pummel here or nah?
Let me see if we synced. I don't think there's any point.
Well, it'd be to draw us closer to Blood Rush, right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Sync the yellow pummel?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Yellow pummel. Okay, well.
Blue.
Yeah, now a blue that's forced to be our pitch for the turn, so we're pretty much stuck into actually playing the Endless Maw then.
Yeah.
We can't really not make that play now. Just doesn't make sense. Interesting. All right, this will look pretty good if they actually don't react, but they do. Okay.
Oh, they do.
Noted, though, they started with cross strap, so nothing was floating, and now they're pitching a Be Like Water, which is most of the time a 0 for 3 with a relevant on hit, so don't mind seeing that pitched. Love that it's a red. But it does mean the surging is going through. Let's see. The problem now is...
They have it.
Well, they don't even trigger Katsu? That's interesting. Because no matter what, they should probably search Whelming there every time. But I guess they're not. Oh my god, we got so lucky. They didn't have a 0. They had spinning and surging. Oh man, that's so unlucky for them. Because now we actually don't need to respect this. If they had a 0, they get whelming, and then our plan like kind of falls apart a little bit in terms of like wanting to pummel. All right, we got lucky. I don't hate that. Is it no blocks?
I think it's no blocks, yeah.
Sure. All right, opponent. You got another reaction here? Probably not. All right, so if that really is the end of their turn, wow, we got so freaking lucky. If it's not, then we should respect the mask on potentially a breakpoint on the last attack, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth blocking. Oh, no, we could block
no, because like, what do we want to put in
I
Arsenal? Nothing, right? Like none of that hand.
Yeah.
So I think we just go ahead and, yeah, it's going to look a little inefficient, but this plays around if this is a 0, right?
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Taking the reins a bit too much. I gotta shut up. But okay, wow, we got so lucky. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Like, their turn sucked. Sucked. I'll take that. It does happen. It does happen, as Tyler showed on stream. Right. Or not Tyler, Chris showed on stream.
All right. Pray to God.
Oh!
Never punished.
Never punished. Never punished.
You know what?
Dude, Endless, you sit down.
Correct there. I realized just throwing the 6 in the graveyard is like another banished target.
Yeah.
So it's like even better.
Right. Actually, that's another consideration. We didn't talk about it, but just throwing the crown so that it breaks and goes engraved to dilute Endless is probably the right reason to have made that play. I mean, yeah, just because you do want to risk the fact that you end up playing the game with 1 blood debt. So it worked out. Good job.
Yeah, worked out.
Now we're going to come in for a red pummel. We didn't knock him off Arsenal. It would have been really cool if on last turn they just kind of like threw a useless Arsenal card at us just for raw damage. Cool. We'll always take raw damage in exchange for like interrupting their synergy. But no, looks like they actually are holding this Arsenal to fit into some other play. We know it's not a whelming. It probably wasn't like another razor.
All right. Time to pummel.
Yeah. Interesting. Guess we'll see.
I'll be honest, I never think my plays that deeply. Playing against Katsu. Probably need more experience with him.
Well, come on, man. Dude, you gotta keep up the charade.
Especially on Talashar, like I do not use my brain.
No, that's what you have to do on stream at least, is like really think it up, right? That way when you play in person, everyone's like, oh god, like, man, this guy's on fire. Like, he's counting my pitch stack and all this stuff. Dude, in person, I check out a lot. And it's definitely wrong. But there's some games where I'm like, man, the game feels really good and like I want to play it really good. But then there's some games that are like, dude, this game is boring. Like, I just kind of want to play it like it's boring. But no, it's all about keeping up the charades, you know?
Now, this is a hand where Crown of Providence would have probably been useful.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think we want to swing big. Yeah, I think we only block with Sync.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely want to play for Blood Rush, right? So unfortunately, we do have to respect giving up a Blood Rush for the swing big. Like, we need that turn to happen. But then we'll set up the other one in Arsenal. And really, hopefully, I mean, they're at 14. Like, it's kind of insane. So now, in terms of when to block comes up, right? Do we care about covering this up now? Because if this hits, they easily fetch a Bonds, and that's a 2-card 8.
I think we block it, yeah.
Yeah, so we should block it. All right, let's do it. Yeah. And it plays around if that's an Ancestral as well.
And Breaking Skills.
Yeah, which if they Breaking Skills, though, and waste the fact that it was Battle Worn 1, I'm happy with that, honestly. Any day. Any day, King. Someone in chat says, 2 Levia players with crazy hair. They're multiplying. That's got to start to be a requirement. Like, you got to get a perm or something.
Yeah,
if you're going to play Levia.
Anyway.
All right, so it was a natural Bonds in Arsenal. Actually, that's something we could have read, because they blocked with a Bonds early when they could have tried to prioritize that in Arsenal, which is like an insanely strong red to block with. So that makes sense. Makes sense.
1, 2, yeah. Just let it hit.
Yeah, in terms of targets, they grab Dishonor, but
Oh no.
we don't care.
We don't care.
For what, like the Levia, this Levia actually doesn't care. Any other Levia is like, all right, GG's, handshake, we're up. That's funny.
Or for a lot of heroes too, but yeah, this build does not care.
No.
It's vanilla damage to me.
It is going to threaten the mass draw, but if they don't ever spend this card, then who cares? So I guess we'll see.
They'd have to play Dishonor right after Bonds, right?
Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah, this didn't hit.
So that would be 2. So they'd have to like play something in between.
Yeah, they'd have to Dishonor like snaps, go
No.
card, Kadachi's, whatever. I don't think they actually make that line. We'll see. It's probably just Dishonor and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Wow. If our hero gets replaced with Dishonor and then we go to win the game, that'll be pretty clippable. That's pretty hilarious. Because it is active, right? Like it needs those 3. I forget. Surging, Descendant, Bonds.
No, he's
he's missing Surging. Yeah, he's missing Surging. Okay, it's not active. All right, and we make the swing big play. Good news is, with this life, we don't actually need all 3 Blood Rush to win. This one Blood Rush into kind of like a big tempo turn where like we just pummeled end the game is like probably what happens.
There's a plane. I don't know if you can hear that through my microphone.
Oh, definitely. Cool. It's some good ambiance.
I'm just gonna mute.
Okay, sounds good. All right. In the meantime, let me check the poll on Crayon. No way, dude. I'm that wrong about it? Crayon? Crayon is not correct? Like one syllable, crayon? And man, I grew up different, I guess. I'll end the poll so I can actually see the chat on the little pop-up here. But yeah, dude, it's 89% say crayon, which is wrong, but it's what they do. 2 syllables. 11% say crayon. 114 votes. That's some good data. We should sell that, actually. Okay, closing the poll. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, their blocks are rough.
Okay, now we Arsenal, and I didn't even see what they did. Oh, they pulled a Chrissy Alley and blocked a double surging. Whew.
Oh, this is a perfect Blood Rush hand.
Yeah, so we can disrespect.
Yeah.
You can't pay to name this nothing. Sorry, dude. Like, what's their best line? Discard.
I mean, if you want, you could block with Command and Conquer, because that's the 4-card Blood Rush turn anyway. But now let's go ham.
Well, okay. There is an argument now, though. Throwing it here to, like, either force the breaking scale and then this being attacked to get the mass draw off. It actually does make some sense.
Yeah, we would want to play it during our turn, to be honest.
But I don't know. This kind of like forces this to be an attack they can play for 0. So we can wait, I think. I think we can wait. Yeah. Let's wait. Because it might be like a snatch anyway, and then we just Command and Conquer Scabs. So yeah. Oh! Who said? Okay.
Perfectly predicted.
All right, so actually, now it comes up different. We've played the double Endless Maw, so we don't care about Deadwood Rumbler ending up in Graveyard. So
yeah.
I think we actually lead with the Wreck-A-Romp pitch because there's a world where
we could
this
still
is our
play
attack.
Deadwood Rumbler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Oh, baby. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This will technically be 1 more damage, so we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think there's no reason to want to...
We could pop Cross Trap because it allows us to play, unless my math is wrong, we can play Barraging Beatdown and then Riled Up.
Yeah, yes. And oh my god, they're playing Defensive Art of War. All right, we win on the spot. If Katsu does this, like, you just won anyway. But
I think we should Barrage and Beatdown.
Yeah, now I'm kind of feeling it, because you're right. We just go Mandible Claw pitch here, and then we Barraging, Cross Trap, Riled Up, and win.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hello, Cat. You want to come join the fun? Game looking pretty handy. Not gonna lie though, our opponent just had some real Katsu hands. That just didn't line up. It's crazy because they gave Katsu just insane amounts of power, and it just doesn't quite matter because he's one of the most susceptible decks to just a bad draw. Like even more so than Rangers right now. Rangers are just so consistent with all their innate card draw into card draw into card draw. But Katsu still needs to like draw a good 4-card hand.
Yep.
Okay, we win. Woohoo! Disgusting. Yeah, so funny enough, Tunic would have gotten 0 value this game. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
There was not a single turn where Tunic was worth something because the turn we pummeled was on a 3-cost anyway. GG's opponent. Woo!
Yep.
Busted.
Yeah, you could imagine that Blood Rush turn. Maybe we could have drawn like a red instead of a blue, and the cross trap would have been a lifesaver.
Absolutely. Okay, let's play another one. What's the time looking like? 5:06. Oh, we got plenty of time. All right, this person's looking for Lexi. We'll ignore them. But you said you liked the Guardian matchup anyway, though. Actually, it'd be kind of cool to play into a Guardian because
I feel
without
like I still
the
need
recursion
more practice into Oldhim.
Oh, yeah, well that matchup is wildly unpredictable because there's like 3 flavors of Oldhim as well.
There's different every player plays like different, like some go for full fatigue, some are trying to go for aggro, so
but I would feel honestly pretty confused with this Levia list on like the linear plan to beat Oldhim because with Blood Debt you just play into recursion and they can't outvalue that by attacking or blocking. They just kind of like die. And with the barraging deck, same deal. Like you just pitch stack full Intim hands and they just can't beat that. This one would line up is a bit different. I'd be interested to play that matchup.
You gotta work for it.
Yeah. But okay, we're against a Phi. This has got to be pretty awful, but what would you do?
Well, cross trap.
Yep. Is it the same deal? They chose us
I
to
don't
go
know
first.
Are we going first?
Yeah, we're going first.
Oh, so we have to play Scar for Scar.
Wait, we're going first, so we play Scar for Scar?
Yeah, because you're not gonna have the tempo. You're gonna be behind on life.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. We could run 2 or we could run 3.
I mean, sinks do line up for Mounting Anger as well. Is like the one thing to note. Mounting Anger and Snatch.
Yeah.
But they don't have as many 4s across their deck that really matter. Like, if it's a win by damage thing.
And they typically don't run Mask either. Mask of Momentum, they're running the other one. So it's not as important to block their on hits.
I think I want to try what you mentioned, like the triple Scar -1 pummel, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Someone, yo, what's up, Tark? Rip Phi, hunted by Rangers and Ice. # free belittle. Get out of here. Get out of here.
This is Kadachi Phi.
Yeah, and oh Jesus, speaking of Phi, we're getting a little bamboozled. This is Mask of Momentum Kadachi Phi.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Okay,
turn 1, what the hell do we do?
We can turn 1 pummel and like cheat damage and be dumb. Yeah, being dumb sometimes works. Or just arsenal it, right?
What would be arsenal? Pummel or
the pummel?
Smash would be pummel, yeah.
Yeah, because we sided out 1 pummel, right? So I would think becomes a higher priority.
I like Smash with Big Tree because it's good on the Blood Rush turn if we draw Blood Rush.
It's actually not bad. The Smash with Big Tree, like in Arsenal, it's only a card you can play anyway, right? So
yeah,
it's a 2-card 7.
Kind of like Smash with Big Tree. And the pummel we can block with it if we need to, and it's a yellow.
So let's not even let him cycle, you're saying? Just Arsenal Smash?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Arsenal Smash. And we drew a pummel.
If we had another blue, we could have double pummeled.
All right. Do you ever keep this kind of hand where you have Smash, pummel, blue, and you hold for scabs so you can get full value off your pitch? Like, do you actively make that play ever? Or is that
no? Unless my opponent didn't give me a chance to block.
Sure.
But like, if I can block, I'll still block. Yeah, so I think we want to block with 2 to 3 cards.
Yeah, I mean, we want to interrupt their mask 100%. So this is where we could consider throwing in a pummel.
Yeah, I think we block with the yellow pummel.
Okay. Yeah, so they did pick up their Phoenix Flame. So that was definitely coming next. Well, I guess not necessarily coming next. What's coming next is likely a 3 attack, right? So we either like want to block with the Beast Within there, or we block with the pummel now and just eat 3 on the next attack.
And stop the mass trigger. I think it's safer.
Yeah, okay. Let's just do this. Just in case it's a 4 next attack, right?
No.
I don't think it really can be, but who knows? All right, so they go for the Phoenix for just base 3.
We block the 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we really
tempting.
want to reset in Arsenal, right? So our turn is just like smash, and that's it.
Yeah, I think we just block 3.
Yeah. Cool. All right, hold up. Actually, in the off chance that they let us keep this hand, then we want to hold the cards that would leave us open for a Scab 6. So we want to block with Beast Within instead. Yeah. Coming in late, the Bauble is just a meme, right? Is there any actual tech with it? Hey, we went over its use cases. It's not useless, but it is a meme, all right? You got to accept it's a meme, but then you got to tell everyone about how useful it is. That's the play.
It's anti-Uzuri tech.
Yeah. Anti-Uzuri tech. It plays around Frostlock. There you go. All right, so let's just get full value on the block, right?
Yeah, let's just block.
Yep. Definitely can get a little bit hurt if it's like a snatch at the end here, which is not impossible, but...
Sweet, we only took 1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage. Return 7. 2-card 7 is pretty ass because Fi does that with his eyes closed, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Ooh.
Ooh, we could block with Crown, sink the pummel.
Yeah.
We get a 7.
Yeah.
But maybe we want to save the Crown on a 2 attack. But what 2 attacks are they gonna have?
So I think we either go for the Crown Sink and are basically like needing to kind of do that early so we know whether or not we can keep the Blood Rush hand, or we just pivot completely and basically accept that our turn will just be block with the pummel plus like equipment to interrupt mask and just return smash Arsenal Blood Rush. So we do have to make that decision.
I would totally risk with the Crown.
Risk the Crown? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like to use it where it gets higher value to interrupt mask, so I think we're safe to just eat this first one.
Ooh, now do we block the Kodachi? I don't know what two attacks they're ever going to throw at us.
Now it gets a little bit more annoying because it's very hard to tell what their next attack is. It can be a 1 for 4, it can be a 0 for 4, it could be the Phoenix Flame for 1. It could be a lot of different numbers. So if we want to be really safe and get the Crown info now, feels bad because we waste a life. But it is a play we need to make at some point on the turn, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a 4 attack next attack, right? We at least can Crown Scabs and block that way, because we know that we're really not trying to block with a card from hand. So I think since
because if we block with Crown now, we'd be like 1 life inefficient, and then if we have to, for whatever reason, block a 3 cost or a 3 attack, either way we're gonna be 1 life inefficient.
Right. The biggest punish is if it's a 3 attack. So I'm gonna hope it's just not, and that we actually get some better value out of our equipment by waiting. All right, likely just 1 because they go back for the Phoenix Flame now. Right, so we're still 1 life inefficient, but we're doing it.
Yeah, we have to stop the mask.
Yep. Sinking pummel. Hey, we can spike him. Let's do it. All right, so there's no other Phoenix Flame to recall. It's just going to be 3. They could pay for Kodachi something else. It's still possible they get a Master out here, but I don't think it's super likely. So hopefully,
if they do, they can have it, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. Oh shoot, I'm getting a call, and it is spam. E-strike. Okay, not bad at all. This doesn't threaten mask. They're just drawing a card anyway. We always eat that. Now we're really hoping this Blood Rush is big.
Game time.
Damn it. Oh. Unfortunate.
We
Now,
have cross.
yeah, we
trap.
can actually. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. All
This
right.
is why we have
Saved.
cross
Saved. Yeah, you're right. This pays cross strap on the beast, hardened on the swing.
And then we can arsenal
endless.
Maw.
Okay. Yeah, actually, pretty good. Not a bad turn. Oh, they drew into the sink though. Lucker dog. That's pretty good. Because that was a random draw on E-strike. All right, I hella appreciate bringing in cross strap when you need to race, but it does make me question, like, not siding out more pummels though, because I think you'd have to like fight really hard to convince me to keep a pummel hand like in this kind of matchup, right? They're just so wildly inefficient. But you know, it does come up where like you just have room, like we did against Katsu, and then it felt really big because the game just got that much closer to ending. But if the matchup's like really tight and you're going cross strap and just need to play aggro, it would make me want to side out like the yellow and reds, you know?
Yeah. But then the thing is, like, what would you side in instead of pummel? Like, what other game plan would you have in between turns?
The scars aren't bad. The scars are pretty good.
Yeah, I like the scars. I do like the scars.
If your cost curve allows it, well, actually, it's not really about cost curve at that point. You could try to like spike a little bit harder and like bring in Savage Feasts, right? And you're like, hey, that's my win con is like have good rate. Then you can bring in the best rate card in Brute, Savage Feast. It would also enable claws. That does like force you to roll scabs, but if you need to like get a bit lucky to win the aggro anyway, I don't hate it. Speaking of lucky, we are unlucky.
I think we've lucked out.
Yeah, this is a full block turn. This is what Blood Debt Levia can't do, and it's what makes her feel so bad a lot of the time. Okay, cool. Well, we're full blocking anyway, so him leading with Kodachis means we'll just dump whatever on this next attack here. They also block with Tiger Stripe Shuko, which feels like just so unnecessary, but you know, I'm not going to fault my opponent. No. Just sure, dude.
Yeah.
Plays a bit around like the Art of War that they could have in a position like this. I don't think they would though. They wouldn't have led with Kodachis, but just possible. Oh man, so if their turn is just Arsenal after this, God, that sucks.
Because we could do 3.
Yeah, we could keep the 2 cards to at least deal 3, right? So I think we just take the 1.
Yeah,
take the 1. Oh, what I would do.
And if they have like a break point, we can block it easily.
Right. Like if they try to punish and throw 4, then screw it. We'll just dump the hand.
Right, what do they got?
Oh, easy.
That worked out.
Oh, thank God, opponent. Not punishing, really. All right. Wow. Okay. When you draw hands like this, the game feels so over. Like this is the Levia feeling. It normally comes from like a Blood Debt playstyle where you know, Endless Maw is like your best card. If you can line up your early game to play swing bigs and like know that you're going to pivot into your strongest Blood Debt card, which is Endless Maw, the game just feels like on lock. It's so insanely good. And now in a non-Blood Debt build, you actually can like find those hands at different points in the game, which is interesting. But that's what we have right here. Like we want to play the swing big, and then we know we have an Endless Maw. That's just 2 back-to-back really high value plays.
I think we could Arsenal swing big, just play Endless Maw and block with.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because same deal. Like actually that makes a lot of sense because we are not Blood Debt, right? So you can switch the order. You could play the Endless Maw first. Because we have
no Blood Debt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, a pretty good amount of 6s right now. Yeah, okay, I don't hate that because swing big and Arsenal is better drawing into a Blood Rush.
Yeah.
Okay. This E-Strike though, I think we don't need to block it. They're obviously going to snaps.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. If that's all they do, then we roll scabs and we hit. That's what happens, right? Okay. They're still going. Oh man, opponent clunking up. Love it. Love to see it. All right, we can get rid of the smash. Because if we have the room for scabs, right, we want the pitch cards.
This is just one, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, they gave us room for scabs.
Or we could barrage and beat down and sweep Mig.
Oh, okay. A more reasonable play. Interesting. I think we still have to roll scabs.
If we roll scabs,
first.
we can endless maw swing Mig.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you do lead with scabs, but if it doesn't hit, there is a backup play on the barraging, right? So let's get lucky.
Scabs, let's do it.
Let's get lucky. Free.
Let's go.
Free.
Never punish.
Okay, so this is an interesting spot because in theory you'd want to maximize your odds of like hitting with the endless maw. So you'd want to like play the swing big first, close the chain, then
I think
endless.
playing swing move first.
However, in a Kadachi Fi, there is a world where the Quicken actually unlocks some bad hands for them. So if that's what we're trying to do more so, we want to play the endless first so that, they have less info on like, blocking the swing big next. Because I think there is a world where like, this list definitely runs Snatch, right? So there's worlds where them having the Quicken can unlock some plays. But I'll leave it to you.
They might want to block with Mask as well. I just feel like you rarely miss with Endless Maw anyway.
Sure. So let's lead in
might
this.
be useful. Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. Easy. Comes in for 9. They might panic. We already saw them use equipment blocks like pretty poorly.
Yeah.
So if they do that again, like there's no way the swing big actually gets them to Quicken. I say no blocks. All right. Take 8, and then let's close with double reckless next hand. Let's do it.
That's an interesting point. If they go down to 4, we have 2 reckless in the list. Do we just block out? Until we get those 2
I never do that if you only have 2 reckless in the deck. If you have 3, then I get pretty comfortable pivoting to just like block and wait. Because even if you draw like a weird double reckless hand, you can have your arsenal like hold 1 and know that you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, at least we have scabs to roll for Scar, because I don't think there's any worlds where we go lower. Well, no. 4-card hand, 10 difference. But we know that we're going to be forced to block to close the mask.
We can't smosh with... I feel like we might be more likely to block the Scar, because we're not going under.
Well, we might. It is an Art of War turn.
Yeah.
It is Art of War. They did actually like want to keep this hand. They didn't like throw any weird card at us because it might be inefficient. So yeah, it's possible we get to Scar Smash.
But either way, I don't think we could block with Smash Instinct.
Oh yeah, absolutely block with Smash Instinct.
Yeah. We still have Scabs. If this is a big turn, we might want to block with Scabs, even if... Because with Scabs, like, sometimes you reach, like, an endgame scenario where, like, it might be the last combat chain in the game.
Oh my god,
dude.
dude.
You haven't gotten your full value from Scabs.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to time it around, like, how many turn cycles left do you have anyway? Like, we don't want to hold it until, like, a kill turn. We want to use it the turn before, so we actually stretch the value. Our opponent, though, dude, we are getting so lucky. Like, what is this? They Art of War and then pay full into a Phoenix Flame? Sheesh.
Ooh, that's Talishar for you.
Yeah, in real life, my opponents stack their deck way better than this. Oh my god, dude. His plays.
Do we just block this?
So unlucky.
I guess not.
Nah, I don't think we need to. Okay, so now we can respect him a little bit. Throw Scar and Smash. Or Smash Scabs.
Scabs.
And then... Oh, I see. Okay, you're saying to Arsenal Smash. I'm thinking we could do...
Well, they could still come in with another attack, and then we block with Smash Instinct. Or worst case scenario, we just Arsenal it.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking if we block Smash and Scabs, yes, it's a little inefficient, but we do need to turn off Mask. And then our turn, we could roll for Scabs. We have Gamblers up still. If it hits, I mean, that's a free 4, right? If it doesn't, then we can just park it in Arsenal and, Scabs again next turn, because it's just always 4 damage if Scabs hits.
I don't like the idea of keeping Scar stuck in the arsenal when we're gonna be on head on life.
Well, it wouldn't be stuck necessarily, right? Because we still have Gamblers up. Yeah. So if we don't hit next turn, then we have another turn to roll. So you're looking at like 2 turn cycles where we could roll for Scar. which is just like rolling for 4 damage, right?
Yeah.
But we can block with it as well. I'll leave it up to you.
That's what I would do. I would block 4.
Okay, block with Scar and Scabs. Okay.
And if they have a reaction, they have it.
All right, another Phoenix. This one was just for 2. This one we eat.
Yeah.
And Assault for 6. All right, now this is just blocking 3 life. Is that valuable when we know this can be turned into 3.5 aggressively? What would you do?
Well, I would block because there's a good chance that maybe I don't know how many Smash with Big Trees we've played.
1.
We played 1, okay. Like we could draw another one, and then that forces us to keep it in hand, and then the Smash with Big Tree gets stuck in Arsenal. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of sticking things in Arsenal if it's not necessary.
Well, here's my thought process. So we know that we still have a bunch of pummels in the deck, right?
Yeah.
We know that throwing 7 at them is probably going to take a card unless they're dumb and they just, go to 1 and let us close with Reckless. So by actually prioritizing parking in like a pummel target in Arsenal, then we're basically saying if we keep a 3-card hand, we win, right?
No.
Because otherwise, if you draw into a pummel hand, you're saying I need to keep a 4-card hand to play the pummel, and like you just never do that. So your pummels are just never live.
Yeah, you are right. You're right.
So I would say.
And then also in the Blood Rush turn, it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's literally just vanilla at this point. We still have the 1 block on Scabs as well. I actually really do wish we did it the other way though, because rolling for Scar here would just like we're already almost showing lethal. We hit on the Scar, then we're showing lethal beyond just committing a armor piece. We'd be showing 11, and they have 3 armor. So if we'd hit on the Scar, then they'd have to interact. Because as of now, like they could block with their armor and just go to 3.
Yeah.
Or no, what they be at 4? I can't do math. That's pretty scary. But we'll see how it plays out. I should roll Scabs just to check. Just a mental check.
I could roll it on Google here.
Yeah, go for it. Roll it. Roll real quick. I gotta know.
What would we have gotten?
All right, yeah. So they did exactly
a 3. We would have gotten a 3.
Okay, that's fine. They are feeding us 2 blocks, so
that's good.
they are. Yeah, that's very fine. So now this is the other reason why a potential like keep in Arsenal pays off. They just gave us very inefficient blocks that we couldn't have called because according to how Fi should play, they shouldn't want to do that. With allowing our opponent some room to misplay, we can then Arsenal this and are way more likely to draw that pummel and have it live. So you always got to factor in like allowing your opponent to misplay a bit. But we didn't draw the pummel anyway. Oh well.
Arsenal CNC for another turn. Block those.
I don't think we block this. The weird part is though we're basically forcing Scabs to hit, or this hand really sucks. We could also try to convert it a little bit by playing out this round's barraging.
Oh yeah. This round's on me too. It's good. And then
now
it
gets
CNC right after as well.
Yeah. Now it gets like a little dicey though because like we do technically have things we can do even if Scabs doesn't hit. But it is a lot safer to just, block down, make this a, 2-card 7, and set up Command and Conquer. I think I would still say no blocks in this Kodachi. What about you?
Makes sense. Let's see if they block. I feel like I'd be safer and just block it, but I think it's also fine to want to take the 1.
Okay, let's take the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, mask definitely not a consideration at this point. It's just about life. So right, like knowing mask isn't here now, I think it's pretty safe. We could just throw in like the CNC, right?
We could Arsenal the CNC for another turn. Because I was thinking our following turn we're gonna like barraging beatdown and smash instinct.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see. So if we don't go
if
for
the Scabs fails. No, we can do scabs, but as a backup plan, barraging beatdown and smash instinct.
Okay, yeah. So the line I was
Yeah.
keeping open was being able to like this round's the smash, like or, pitching the smash, to like drawing
right.
being able to draw like a yellow or whatever. I think this makes a lot more sense though. Just
Yeah.
give them this because if scabs hits, we can still swing this way and we land a bunch. If it doesn't, then we swing this way and still keep CNC.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it though. Come on, we haven't asked for too much. Give us a scabs hit.
One. Okay.
All right. We still don't hate doing this. The problem is Kadachis are going to be hard to beat if we don't actually like close the game pretty soon. We are forcing them to block with a 0 blue.
Yeah.
That feels pretty good.
That's good.
Oh.
And the 2 went in.
Oh.
Which was great.
Now they're dead to Reckless, and we haven't seen a Reckless yet. Mother of God.
These one blocks are a little rough.
Oh, yeah. Mother of God. Oh, Lord. Not like this game. I don't want to lose off of drawing a Levia hand in a deck that's not supposed to die to Levia hands. Not like this.
Well, I guess we can keep one CNC and arsenal of the other.
If we
live, survive.
I think we will. I think we will survive. But Jesus, this hurts. Now, to be fair, they rose from the ashes. They have another Phoenix, so we're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8 damage still, and that's going to be it. They have 8 damage left on this turn, so we don't have mass to consider. We just need to make sure we block it as efficiently as possible. So this next flame is going to be 1. The other flame will be 1. The Kadachi will be 1. So blocking 6 on this is our highest value. Yeah. Okay. So even if that was a red, that would have worked out, which is good to know. And we live at 1 here and still have scabs. Jesus. This hand, though. All right.
Do we? Oh, okay. I was wondering if it's dangerous to go to 1, because then they could have a reaction.
Oh, like Ancestral Empowerment or like the Concealed Blade?
I haven't seen it all game.
That's fair, but then we're still put in the spot of like we're blocking every singular point of damage.
Yeah.
It's close, but actually you're probably right. Okay, let's roll scabs again though. Come on, hit please. Hit please. Oh, okay. Here's the 1 and 2 1. You ready?
Ready. Let's go.
Let's go, dude.
Hey, we can draw Reckless.
Oh, baby. Dude, the Bauble coming around to taunt. Ooh.
Art of War.
The sad part is like we actually did have to roll. There's no world where just like playing the Deadwood is correct because we're
the fact
at
that we
1
have
at
to
this
keep
point.
the Deadwoods now and they don't block.
Oh. And yes, they play an Art of War starting with a red pitch, but yeah, we're
Art of War, Lava Burst.
We're pretty dead here.
Yeah.
Dang, that's rough. Now, to be fair, this matchup went very sideways because our opponent had some real clunker hands, whereas Fi is like supposed to be the non-clunker deck. I'm gonna blame it on Tarek in the chat. Absolutely doomed us, rooting for Fi from the get-go. So thanks a lot, buddy. Dang, dude, and just the Titanium Bauble taunting us, them at Reckless taunting us, dude. This is rough. Oh well.
I wonder if the Reckless was right in the next hand.
We'll never know. They don't let us check the draw anymore.
Oh yeah.
Or wait, no. If I switch back to Legacy Talishar, maybe we can still check it. All right, let's see. All right, they used to let us click on it. Oh, dude! No! Not like this! Oh, God! Okay, wait. Actually, no joke, though. Knowing that Reckless won the game, maybe we shouldn't have rolled Scabs, because we would get 3 cards deeper. 3 cards deeper to seeing Reckless. Oh, dude. But look, it was actually Reckless next to Reckless. So that wasn't even a guarantee. I think we were just doomed on this one. I bet you Reckless would have discarded Reckless. GG. Oh, man, that's a Levia game for you. It's all right.
Yeah.
We did what we could. We did what we could. All right, I got time for like one more game, then I gotta go.
All right,
All right.
cool. Let's play one more.
One more. Oh, this is like even the old lobby. Oh, what a throwback. Look at me. This is what you need to do. We got to pass the torch. We got a new...
Well, how did you get that?
Oh, like this little overlay thing? They just
Yeah.
asked. The Talishar devs were like, hey, we're trying out something. Do you want to do it? Since I streamed the game, you know? And I was like, yes. I think they only did it for me and Flake. Yo. All right, this has got to be like a pretty ass matchup, but you probably play it in like the exact same way as the last two. So
yeah.
I don't know how interesting this is going to be.
And pray to God.
But
no AB. We don't need AB.
They chose us to go first, so we're doing the same thing with Scars, right? Do you actually care a little bit more about Pummel and Diviserai? Just because disruption.
No, that's a good argument. Better? That's a good argument.
You don't have a race face. Not like that's super good, but if you have like the Pummel package, pummeling a race can do a lot against Vis. All right, screw it. Let's just send it, I think.
Go.
Someone in chat says, I don't think it's ever correct to play around double ones. Playing around a sub 3% isn't going to win the game. I mean, that's what makes sense. Also, they DC'd. That's what makes sense, but actually, in thinking of like what just straight wins the game, zero effort, Drawing Reckless. Drawing Reckless, like straight just won that game. So I think because of that, playing the Deadwood was just better because that gets us 3 cards closer to Reckless. Because it draws and discards, and we're thinning like the 2 cards, right? So I think that still was just by the numbers better. Not because it was really playing around double one, it's just what is the win con? The win con is get closer to Reckless, and even hitting on Scabs and going CNC Claw is only getting us 2 cards closer to Reckless. Whereas
so the thing is, they would have had a block with 3 cards, or maybe even 4.
That's fair.
And that would have given us like an extra 4 cards of space.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, as we saw the draw, we should have just played if you let them. But okay, this is different though. However, we're like bugged out. I don't see our sideboard.
Yeah, that is really annoying.
The menu is bugged. Sorry.
You might have to go back to the other Talishar.
I have no sideboard. Yeah. Okay, wait, sorry, 1 second. Did you feed the cats? Oh, shoot. No, I forgot. I'm sorry, I jumped into work. And they haven't been noisy. That's my bad.
It's 5:30.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, my cats are I forgot to feed them. That's my bad. Okay, let me refresh this. Actually, let's just go back to like base Talishar, new Talishar. Just to make sure. Game name.
Yeah, I'd love to play against a non-aggro hero too.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
This is a different list.
Is it safe to assume you'll either draw Reckless or survive the turn to draw?
I think he chose a different list, by the way.
Oh, I chose a different list? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wrong. Wrong list.
Wrong Levia.
Wait, how did that happen? When did I equip this? What is this garbage? Hey, it has scars, though. It has scars.
Pretty similar.
Wait, actually, would it be more fun? Do you wanna play Blood Debt Levia with me?
You know what? Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Show me how
never mind. Send it. All right. Let's play.
Let's see how this
Let's
goes.
play Blood Debt Levia together, and I'll try to win you over. Into Oldhim, scars suck. What is this sideboard? Man, this looks like a bad list. I'm still gonna take 1 scar. Why not? Nah, that's not right. I'm not gonna take the CNCs. I don't really like Ghost.
I think we got to run all 3 CNCs.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'd play it more like this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And all that looks right. Submit. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Last game, and then I gotta go. All right, so you can see the difference with Blood Debt Levia already. None of my cards are highlighted in green because they are not playable. So with Levia, normally what I'll do is choose to go first, try to cycle reds to the bottom, set up a strong like pivot arsenal, and then just know that my next turn and a half are probably just blocking. So for that kind of strategy, this hand's quite good because this is the strongest card in arsenal. So even though I'm letting my opponent cycle, I need to see my good cards more than I care about what they're doing. So I'm going to send the Graveling and the Dread to the bottom. They're the more relevant cards to have back in deck, especially since if I block with the Convulsions, it's not a Blood Deck card, so that like might minorly come up.
I was going to say you might want that one to the bottom because it gives you Dominate for the end game, but it doesn't have Blood Deck.
Not huge. Okay, so this is actually the kind of... it's not exactly the kind of hand you're looking for because these are 2 non-blocks. But this is that play pattern early game against most heroes that just looks insane. You get to swing big into an Endless Maw. Little rough here, though, because we don't get to make that line, especially into a Spinal Crush. We can't even do the Art of War to just cycle. Man, that's a little rough. We hate the non-blocks. We hate the non-blocks. So... into Oldhim, though, you do have a lot of time. Yeah. So I don't hate if we just probably give them 6, roll Scabs, and just push with hopefully 2 claws.
Yeah.
I hate to give up the swing big. That'd be the only difference makers if like we do this and then just play out the swing big. The thing is, you really want your life to be able to tank your like pivot recursion turns. So... I think I'm still a little more inclined to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, that hand seemed really rough.
Woo!
Let's go. Never punished.
Okay, so in terms of cards we want to save versus what they might ice react, an Art of War late game is insane. And if they ice react our blue, then we know we have the Endless line anyway. So... and this is also looking good because our graveyard doesn't have Blood Debt, so we might be able to play an early Endless Maw and then fall back onto like defense, which can come up and feels pretty good. So
I feel a lot of Oldhims aren't ice reacting as much anymore.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
If it comes up, they'll do it, but I don't expect it to be every hand. Like pretty much at all. What do we have? We had Graveling, Dread. Graveling, Dread. Actually, we're going to shuffle because we have a Shadow Plasma Vet still, so it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so this is actually really good, right? Because now we can block with 6 that won't have Blood Debt. We can pivot into Endless Maw and Arsenal Writhing Beastalk and just kind of like keep waiting. Because we don't have any of our recursion pieces yet. We don't have Deep Rooted Evil. We don't have Howl from Beyond. So we definitely don't want to go like too hard on Blood Debt until we see those pieces. So this is quite a good draw sequence, actually. That's a little interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen... yeah, I was going to say...
I don't care too much about that effect, especially since we're, in theory, turning off Blood Debt next hand.
What does the Crush do again?
It lets... they look at top 5, and then they banish 1 or more with the same name. And in this matchup, you don't even need Blood Rush, especially into Stalagmite, so I don't think there's a reason to give him armor. It's just not a big deal. And they can't pummel it. So let's see what they give us. Maybe they're bad and even give us a recursion piece. Ooh, double red Boneyard. That's interesting. A little unlucky. That card's very, very, very strong with a recursion game plan.
What does that card do again?
Boneyard Marauder is a 1 for 6. So in Levia, one of the big differences against like what Reinhardt does on a Blood Rush turn is if you have Boneyard in Arsenal, then you can start Blood Rush with a blue. As long as you draw another blue, then you deal 18 and reset Arsenal off of 4 cards, which is insane. Because, right, you lead blue, you have 2 floating for this, you blue on the next one, and then play Boneyard. And, you know, you get to reset Arsenal as well. Which, yeah, just nutso. Raven says, you should care a lot about that effect. I don't think so. There's not a singular card that they can banish that really matters for this matchup. Because you don't even need your Blood Rushes to beat Oldhim at all. especially if they're running Stalagmite. It's almost like a risk, because there's worlds where you lead with Claw and then they Ice React in Stalagmite and you can't turn off Blood Debt.
Oh, that's rough.
This is
you have
little
Carrot Husk, actually.
rough. No, but Carrion Husk you want to save for something that's actually going to like interrupt your hard pivot on Blood Debt. This is just raw damage. We only have 2 Blood Debt.
Terra Thunder.
Yeah. So we only have 2 Blood Debt right now, so there's no real need to like want to launch into a bad Writhing.
So you're thinking
the problem is taking 9. Yeah, taking 9 is a lot just to return Swing Big, knowing that then I'm taking 2 Blood Debt as well. It's basically saying I'm going to be at 22 to show you 8. Then it starts to become a lot. So that's what entices me to do Carrion Husk, once you actually like line up the numbers. The issue there becomes... Yeah, the issue there though is like, what do you do with the 3-card hand? We don't have any recursion yet. So it is awkward to like make use of a hand unless Scabs hits. I think we'll
Bellow either.
Yeah, we can't use Bellow because of the graveyard.
Well, if you block with 1 card from hand.
Yeah. Well,
there should be 3.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a way we can do it. We can block like this and then Bellow into Swing Big.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe. That's not awful. We're just then at a really lean graveyard. We'd be at 2. So if they take a full block turn, pass back into us, that's pretty terrifying. But we haven't seen a Blood Rush yet. And that kind of kicks off our game plan. Yeah, I think this is fine. We'll do it this way. You're right on it just being like really good value on a turn that's otherwise not. All right, so we'll do this.
Swing Big for 10. Underworldly Bellow is like a blue I've been thinking of putting in my list. It doesn't have Blood Debt itself, but I still run the risk of banishing that with Maw.
With Levia, like if you're playing in a Blood Debt, then her blue slots actually matter. It's if you're playing like Levia with no Blood Debt, then the blue slots pretty much don't matter. But like in this kind of list, the blues being what they are, like Blue Dread Screamer, Blue Convulsions, Blue Unworldly, like those in second cycle when you have Deep Rooted Evil set up are like just nuts. Like it's the cost curve you want on hands of all blues. Because sure, it's not great rate, but the main thing they're doing is resetting your graveyard so that you can recur the... we drew it. So you can recur the Howl from Beyond and the Deep Rooted Evil, which are like insane. Okay, so the unfortunate part is we can't actually lead with Unworldly to get some kind of cheeky value. Unworldly on Graveling and then Blood Rush, knowing we discard
block
Beast
with Unworldly, we can get a guaranteed Beast with him.
Yeah, no, so like we have to play it this way, and that's good. Like it's still definitely good, but we're gonna lose playing 2 red Unworldlies this game, which is a little rough. But I don't think we can hate it. Like this just lines up pretty well. This is some beautiful Levia synergy. Turns off Blood Debt.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, and we banished Howl. I'll take it. We took a lot of damage for that.
Oh, Beast Within synergizes with
Yeah, dude. Little bit.
I just realized that.
All right, we did take a ton of damage, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Does it say?
I don't think it tells you exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we took 6 damage.
Yeah.
But we found the Howl, which is a big deal. And we honestly thinned kind of a dead hand. Like, look at what that would have been. Convulsions, Blood Rush, Dread. That's pretty bad. Okay, I don't hate it. Okay. Back to what we actually drew. We've got the 1 floating. So our turn is like...
Oh, we have a full Blood Rush turn.
Not great into the Bastion, unfortunately. Yeah. But we can Claw, have 2 floating. They will block with Bastion, and then we can play the Beast Hulk pitching here, and then... Or pitching the Swing Big, set up Red, Dread, and Arsenal. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's what we got to do. It's also a consideration to instead lead with Dread Screamer. The issue on that is if they block with Stalagmite and Ice React, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, I'd rather hold off. So they didn't block with Bastion. Not like that really changes things. I guess it means we can just play the Swing Big then, because we already turned off Blood Debt this turn. The other thing, we could play
so-
Howl, actually. We could play the Howl and then Writhing Beasthulk and go in for 11 Dominate right here.
Well, wouldn't you want a claw and
Well, no, because they can ice,
Play
if they Stalagmite on the next one.
Stalagmite and Ice Rack
yeah,
would
yeah.
ruin it, right?
Well, not even Ice React. If they just block with Stalagmite, then we're at 2 reds in hand with a Frostbite. Can't pay for Writhing.
Writhing is how much?
2.
1?
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 2. I thought it
it's
was
2.
the 1 cost.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
that
it's not the 1
changes
cost. So I think what we do
Okay.
now is actually just play the swing
that
big
makes-
because the Blood Debt's already off on the Beast Within. So this is at least coming in for 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could
you're right.
give up Arsenal to make it the Howl, dominate 11. I just don't want to. I don't think that's worth it, but that does then give us complete control in the graveyard. Goes here, we banish, we leave Writhing and a Howl that's loopable. Actually, that's some high value. That is actually high value. The fact that oh wait, for whatever reason I thought we were banishing 6 this turn. Okay, whatever, it's fine. We'll still go this way. Oh, that's actually quite bad in the end. I thought we were banishing 6 for whatever reason, but we got lucky on the banishes and banished 2 of the misses. So we can't actually miss on this. Oh well. Man, it's been a while since I played Blood Debt Levia. Jesus. It's a roller coaster already.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Dude. Yeah, it's a funny deck.
Dominate for 11 feels great.
Yeah. All right, this is huge. The fact that we got out Stalagmite and it's not going to do anything, now that's
No.
a win. That's quite a win. Because there's a lot of cost curves that Stalagmite really messes up. You know, your Dread Screamer being 2 cost, it leaves the 1 floating, so you can play like Graveling, things like that. So we like to see that. We've got 1 more Blood Rush in the deck because we did banish 1. Okay, so we still have the Shadow of Blasphemfet, but just in case we don't shuffle the deck, we'll do it this way. Okay, this is insane. So this kind of curve now, we can go Dread Screamer into Howl into Writhing, like in theory. Because we're going to be banishing 3, then we play Howl, although the Howl doesn't necessarily hit. Ooh, that's a problem. That is a problem. Damn. Yeah. Ooh, it's hard to make that call, right? Because like you don't know if you'll actually hit the Howl. If we do banish the Howl, then we'll have the 1 card left in graveyard. We'll pay for the Howl. The combat chain closes, and the Dread Screamer goes to graveyard. We have Howl, the card left over, Dread. Then we play Writhing. So we'd get a 4-card 15 with Dominate. That's pretty good, but it's dependent on
Right,
this
talking
hitting.
about the very next turn you're playing Howl.
Yes, because if this gets banished, then you can play it from your banish zone, right? So on this kind of hand, we can go Dread Screamer.
Right.
Dread Screamer,
Right,
banish
right,
3.
right.
But it's like if it hits Howl, right? If it hits Howl.
Yeah. But how are you gonna have enough cards in graveyard to play both Dread Screamer and...
Yeah, because look, so if this banishes Howl, then these 3 are gone. We have 1 card left in graveyard. Then we're going to play Howl, and the combat chain closes. So the Dread Screamer goes into the graveyard.
Oh, right.
So then you get back to
That's
3.
where my math was off.
Yeah. And then you get complete control over the game at that point, because the graveyard will be 1 card in the graveyard, and you can replay Howl. Not quite as good as the double
you
Howl.
still get a claw, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, I think I'll say no blocks then. There's some highs, but even if we don't hit the Howl, it could be Dread into Scabs, Claw, Arsenal Writhing, which is not awful. But let's see what happens.
Let's see if
We hit it. We did hit it. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And they have to make the call right now on what to do with Stalagmite. If they don't block with Stalagmite, we get the cost curve we want. The one worry is, actually, we don't have double Howl, so when we play the Howl and we banish it again with Writhing, we're at 1 card in graveyard with only 1 replayable. That's a little spicy, but we've also only seen 1 Art of War. Art of War would save us from that kind of draw. A forced roll Scabs Gamblers would save us from that kind of draw. I'm going to play greedy. It's been too long since I played this deck, so I want to have fun.
All right, let's go, man.
Let's do it. Ugh. All right. Okay. Okay. This is one of the biggest misplays you can make into a Levia that plays this way. if they say no blocks in a situation like this, when your graveyard would be at 1, they played it wrong. If they should just block and pass. If your graveyard's at 1, just block and pass, you know?
Oh, right.
Because now they're going to swing something, and that's going to give us the graveyard we need.
Yeah.
To actually play.
Now you can just endless. Oh, they're thinking about it.
Oh, no, they heard the stream. Oh, shit. No, they heard the stream. They heard the stream, not like this. They heard the stream. No. Okay, if they actually don't attack, they heard the stream, because they would have thrown an attack on the dominate. If they're actually going this play line where they don't swing, they would have thrown an attack to block the dominate just to save value and arsenal. Okay. Thank you, opponent. Thank you, opponent. Being nice. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, opponent. That's like a real problem with Levia, though. Because even now, it's like the same situation. The good news is you can count the cards that proactively will help you play around a bad graveyard like that, like literally Blood Rush and Art of War, or like your 2 big enablers. So when you have room in the game like this, you really need to like start looking at the turn count. Because we drew a Blood Rush, we pitched an Art of War, we also saw like an extra 2 hands of cards because of the Blood Rush draw and the Beast Within. So we're basically at seeing around like 10 turns of cards. So in the next 5-ish hands, we should have 2 Art of Wars and a Blood Rush. So we're just hoping that like that's next hand, right? Because otherwise we can get screwed on the graveyard. Actually, I don't know how many Art of Wars are on this list. If it's only 1, then that's a problem. Okay, here's another issue though. Shadow Blasphem's a non-block, so we can't go back on the play pattern of just block 2 and then endless. That doesn't work. It almost feels like a pummel on this turn, and I like want it to be a pummel, you know? But
block with Crown.
Yeah. I think we have to make this play no matter what. Then we can sink the shadow. Sinking the shadow means we're not going to shuffle the deck this game. Not a big deal. I don't think we really want to. We don't have to crown, though. Shadow's not the worst arsenal. Yeah, I think I actually won't sink Shadow. Okay, so they're going for pummel. This is fine. They're doing it a little preemptively so we know we're going to discard. I think because we know we're going to discard, let's actually keep the Shadow because it's a non-block. I'd rather just get it in graveyard. All right, yeah, cool. Go ahead, take it. All right, now we're super safe. Now this is the spot where this version of Levia like can't lose. 2 cards in graveyard. 2 cards in graveyard is smooth sailing. Because now this is going to go to grave and we can get it to 3 anytime we want by playing the Howl, right? Like anytime.
Yeah.
So like look at that value. 2 card, they gave us 3. Oh god, and we drew Doomsday on an Art of War hand.
Doomsday?
Dude,
I've never seen that card play.
Dude, this is nuts. All right,
oh
we
gosh.
go Art of War, go again, banish, banish, CNC. This is normally something you have to pitch stack, is your Art of War next to Doomsday. But man, if you see it first cycle, sure, give it to me. Banish this. Oh my god, we drew Deep Rooted. This game is over. All right, so check this out. If they go for... Oh, okay. Actually, we may not want to do this. This is still bad to Stalagmite. Funny enough. But normally, if they go Ice React in a position like this, you Doomsday as an instant, and they get blown out. It's like automatic game win. However, they do still have Stalagmite. They're probably saving it for our last Blood Rush, which is fair.
Yeah.
It's probably what they think they're saving it for. They could read the situation, see that we have 0 floating and 1 in hand. Then it comes a little awkward because we could still pitch the blue for Mandible Claw, but playing it for Blasphemfet is pretty much always right.
Could I read Deep Rooted Evil?
Yeah. So this is a similar recursion piece. If a card has been, if a 6 power has been banished, then you can play Deep Rooted, which is part of a loop with Howl and Unworldly Bellow, where you can just, control your graveyard with Unworldly Bellow, banish 3, then Unworldly goes to graveyard. You play Howl off the 2 floating that you paid for with the Unworldly off of blue into pitch another blue, deep-rooted evil, and it's just a loop. Like those 3 cards just literally mean unlimited damage until you run out of like a Dread Screamer, Unworldly, or Convulsions. Okay. I think we still have to do it this way and just hope they don't Stalagmite. I don't think they will. I think to them an Ice React looks really high value here. Oh, they don't do it. Oh, amazing. See, because Doomsday is an instant, right? So that's normally how you get them.
Yeah.
Is you have 1 card in hand, and they're like, oh, easy Ice React, freest Ice React of my life. And you go, okay, Doomsday. And it's pretty juicy. Hell yeah, dude. Look at that. Belasmo. And so we only rolled Scabs once all game, but this is where you have free reign. Because it's basically this turn. If they don't kill Blasmfet, then you have free reign to roll Scabs and try to swing at them. If they do kill Blasmfet, then you're getting a full hand. And so you have room to roll Scabs again. That's like that's why you run Scabs. It's really not for early game. It's like for this pivot. Because they are forced to give you room somehow, right? Yeah, this is pretty damn good. This is huge. We have the Unworldly to start getting in that loop with Deep Rooted. The problem is we don't have like the double banish playable. All right, so they killed Blasmfet. It's all right, makes sense. We can lead with... I think we can lead with the Unworldly, so it has higher chances to banish the Deep Rooted right now. But we're likely still doing an Art of War turn. Didn't hit it. Unfortunate. So now we're hoping the Art of War draws us into a banish 3, because then we know that we'll hit the Deep Rooted. But you can see the like how Oldhim just doesn't have room anymore, right? Like, when does he stop the damage? It's not possible. Go again, banish. Oh, amazing. He can't even... Yeah, this is so good. All right, so we have 2 lines we can take now. We said go again on the Art of War, so in theory we can go Writhing Beast Hulk into, like, Claw, and that's fine. That's still a little open to Stalagmite, but if he gives a Stalagmite there, not a big deal. We could also go Howl into Writhing for 9. The problem with playing Howl right now is... there's like no real reason to. It's like it's 3 damage whenever we want it, and we kind of have 3 damage off the Art of War anyway.
Yeah.
So I think we try to bait out the Stalagmite. Yeah. Because now he has all information, right? He's basically saying if I block with Stalagmite, it's worth 4 value. But okay, that's fine though. Because if he does that, then our last Blood Rush is super live. Because we have 1 more. We can just play it YOLO. Yeah, we can break Frostbite. Let's see what we roll. Yeah, they're at 1. Sorry, opponent. Dude, there's just no room. We still have a Blood Rush, dude. We still have a Blood Rush, and we have... These are replayable. The Deep Rooted and the Howl, you know? Like, you just don't get through that. And we have so much life to work with, and we have the Convulsions and Unworldly. The game is insanely over. This is, like, the reason to play Blood Debt Levia. You have so many stressful decisions, but like if you play it right, the late game payoff feels like you feel like a god.
Yeah, it's insane.
You know?
Yeah.
It's insane. Speaking of feeling like a god, yeah, they can't touch us on this. We block this way. We have the Unworldly play. Game is just over. So this is the loop I was talking about. So we go Unworldly. It clears the graveyard, right? Then we go Howl off the 2 floating. And then we play Deep Rooted Evil.
Oh my
look at that. And look, what is our graveyard? It's Fluff, Howl, Deep Rooted. And we're just going to get that loop anytime we have a Banish 3. So the Convulsions, the Unworldlies, the Dread Screamers, like anything that says Banish 3 go again, like does that, right?
Yeah.
How do they beat that? They don't.
Dude,
I'm telling you, there's a lot to Levia, right? It's not just like you can play a pummel deck. Like, look how cool this shit is, dude. It's so cool.
Sounds so complicated, though.
Well, it is. And especially since most games you never get to this payoff point. But if it's
Yeah.
like a Guardian metagame, Dromai metagame, like just slower decks, mid range even, Levia is, yeah, she's got some plays. She's still clunky. It's not like they make this easy, right? They don't make this
Yeah,
easy. This shit is
yeah.
a non-block, It's a non-block. Shadow Blazafet's a non-block. You still need to juggle the fact that you can't play anything early. But like when you set it
And
up, oh, what's
I
up?
was gonna say, and earlier the opponent shouldn't have attacked.
No, yeah. They shouldn't have attacked. But we had
That's-
Gambler's Gloves to force a graveyard fill. It's like your last resort.
Hmm.
Oh, dude. Yeah, look at this. It's just so over. So actually, we can make the smart play, which is just Dread Screamer into Deep Rooted Evil, and Arsenal Boneyard is like incredibly smarter than playing Blood Rush.
Yeah.
So let's just play it safe. Because it's 12 damage off of 3 cards, and you get an arsenal out of it. That's insane, right? We're playing a 12 card 3, and we're arsenaling like one of the better cards in the deck. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean the game was just over if this was a yellow. Oh, it's over anyway. Oh, GG's, man. Woo! All right. That was a pretty fun stream. That was a pretty fun stream. We went a little bit over time. I do have to run, but Alan, I'm glad I was able to share a little bit of why I enjoy Levia. You showed everyone why your Levia has real legs. I think I'll consider that a win. That was a good stream, man.
Yeah, that was a good stream. Thanks for bringing me on here, man.
No problem.
Showing me Blood Debt Levia.
We
so
League of
sick.
Levia, we got to spread all kinds of playstyles, spread the love, and hopefully Dust Till Dawn pays us back a little bit, right?
Hopefully. We might get nothing though.
Yeah, right. Got to be ready for literally anything because getting nothing is like very par for the course,
Yeah.
But let me update the record. We did go 2-1, but man, that loss was some random BS. So we'll call it.
Yeah. That happens.
But cool. A lot of fun, man. I got a dip. Once again in chat, what was the name of your website?
Ophidia.net.
Ophidia.net. If you haven't seen this website before, I went over it in the beginning of the stream with Alan. Now that we've got a lot more viewers, please go ahead, check it out. You can find any kind of coverage that's been recorded across RTNs, callings, battle hardens, whatever, all on a website created by this guy. So cool. Thank you, man. It was fun. Hopping off.
Thank you too, man.
Bye, everybody.